Guys, we've watched, we've listened. You guys do not want any more of those cheap, flimsy chairs for the ultimate desk setup. So we built the best office chair for 12 plus hours a day sitting sessions. Guys, this is it, Night Watch Commander. Whether you're working, playing, or just hanging out, this is gonna be the chair that you need, and we're gonna jump right into it and tell you why it's gonna be so great for your next setup. So in order to support you guys for 12 plus hours, we couldn't have just your average chair. 45, 50 pounds is typically what you see. This thing is 93 pounds. You can see it just from the bottom up, guys. Your base of your chair is like the foundation of your home, guys. 6-star base aluminum. The thing is heavy duty. If you come up underneath the seat, you're gonna see we've got that retooled knee tilt mechanism, again, rated for 400 pounds. An improved seat slider mechanism that's an absolute tank. Reinforced in the arms, the seat and the back. This thing overall is built like nothing else you guys have seen ever in an office chair. So even though this is a big and bulky chair, guys, it is going to arrive to you almost fully assembled. All you have to do is attach the casters to the base, drop your cylinder into the actual base itself, and then put the seat on top of it. It's gonna be delivered inside the threshold of either your home or your business, depending on where you're gonna have this thing going, and you'll have this up and running in maybe 5 minutes max. One of the most important things I think about an office chair, especially when you guys are using it at home, where you're not just working, but you're relaxing and gaming, is getting that recline right. Now, when we first found this chair, they had a center tilt mechanism. Now that was something that would pick up your feet a lot sooner than you'd want it to. We switched over to a knee tilt mechanism, helping you to really keep your feet flat on the floor and then drop your butt down while you're reclining back in the chair. Now, we also went with Donati because they're recognized as a global leader with their mechanisms, but they hadn't made anything quite this beastly, guys. 400 pounds. This thing has been reinforced everywhere, and it's certified and tested passing the BIFMA standards for a chair with a 400-pound weight capacity. So what are you actually gonna get with this mechanism? Well, you're gonna get 5 different distinct positions that you can lock it in as you recline back in the chair. And then you can also adjust that tilt tension. Depending on your weight, this is super important, because if you just wanna release the tilt lock and just kind of freely float rocking in the chair, you can do that as well, but you'll want to adjust that based on your body weight. Fit consideration is super important for the Night Watch Commander because this chair wasn't built for everybody, guys. Minimum height we kind of recommend here is 5'9". As you can see Ryan in the chair, he's right at that height. He's gonna probably need to use a footrest if he were to use this chair long term. Above that and beyond, guys, 6'6", 6'7", you're gonna absolutely love it because this chair was truly meant to fit you guys as well as people my height, around 6 foot. Now the Commander is recommended for usage up to about 300 pounds. You can see Travis in the chair, that's about where he's at, and you can see he fits comfortably. Anything beyond that, even with this chair technically certified and rated up to 400 pounds, doesn't necessarily mean it's gonna fit unless you're taller, guys, not wider. So it's super important to look at the specifications and make sure you're gonna fit comfortably. Now, if you're looking for a chair with a wider seat, we are looking to drop the Commander Plus in 2025 later in the year. And so that might be a better option if you're 400 to say 500 pounds. One of the most important things when getting a chair to be comfortable for 8, 10, 12 plus hours is the seat and the back. That means foam. Of course, you're gonna put a lot more pressure on the seat than you will on the back. And so the density of the foam that you choose and how you design it's gonna be quite a bit different. We spent a lot of time here, especially in the seat, because of it being a thicker cushion. We didn't want you to necessarily sink all the way in. That's not great for long-term sitting, but we wanted to have that right amount of bounce back, and we really have found it with this thing. We ended up going with the little seat cavities in the foam, the little, they're like almost like holes punched in the foam. It allows it to displace the right amount of air, so you're just not compacting foam on foam, which ends up getting very firm. Now on the back, we didn't have to do that because you don't put as much weight against it. Again, we just went with a better density there. The end result, guys, is incredible. I've been sitting in this thing myself now for 5+ months. It is without question my most favorite chair, and all of it comes down to that seat and back comfort. Let's talk about the seat and back adjustments on the Commander. This chair, again, is built for sort of mid to tall height ranges, all right? 5'9", 5'10" is gonna be kind of a minimum, I think, and a lot of people in that 5'9" range probably gonna wanna add a footrest because the seat height on this is gonna start at about 19 inches, go up to 22.5. Now the seat depth kind of pairs well with that. Again, for taller users here, 16 inches up to 20 inches in depth. Guys, if you're 6'6", 6'7", you're gonna love this chair because it's truly meant to fit you really, really well. Another thing that you're gonna like on this, especially if you're reclining, lounging, watching your favorite content on your computer, or if you guys are spinning and looking at the TV in your man cave, your ultimate desk setup room. Guys, the independent back angle adjustment on this is pretty awesome. Pair it with that headrest and you're gonna have full neck and back support, whether you're full recline or you guys are upright tasking. But it isn't that right support unless you can get that independent lumbar support system. And again, you got it here built just like your car. As you turn the knob, you're gonna see it's gonna increase or decrease that depth of the adjustment into your lower back or decrease it back and away. One of the areas that we see you guys complaining a lot is in the armrests of all of the chairs. Not only the cheap chairs, guys, but the higher end chairs. A lot of talk there about having flimsy arms. I can tell you right now, the Commander, definitely not that. This thing has been reinforced and then reinforced again. If you look at the actual construction of where the armrests connect into the seat of the chair, it is so solid. But now this is maybe a downfall for some of you. When you want to do your width adjustment, a lot of times you'll find that these are going to be on the arm pads themselves on a lot of those higher end chairs. We couldn't do that because that is a weak point in the chair. We actually had to have slotted plates underneath the seat. Now that means that it's probably a set it and forget it type of thing on this chair, but just rest assured that this thing's gonna hold up because it's an absolute beast down there. Now on your arm caps, you are gonna get a pivot adjustment, a depth adjustment, and of course, you are gonna get that height adjustment as well. Now when we look at arm pads, again, because this thing is rated for such long periods of time, we can't go with the super squishy arm pads. It's sort of that blend in between super squishy and firm enough to last a long time. Even if you guys are banging it into your desk, I know you're not doing that, but maybe some of you are. So like I said, the softness in the arm pads, we could only go so far, but the rest of this, the build, again, guys, if you're medium to larger, you're gonna love these. These are absolutely solid. Having a headrest on a chair is like one of the most commonly requested things, and I'm not sure, but most of these major brand manufacturers just can't seem to get it right. A lot of times you're seeing aftermarket headrests being added onto chairs to finally like fit the chair the way it should have fit out of the factory. One of the strongest areas on this chair is a headrest, guys. Whether you guys are lounging, chilling, watching videos, or gaming, this multi-dimensional headrest, which is built like the headrest in your vehicle, is gonna hit you in all the right places, no matter what you're doing. But again, the absolute best way to use this headrest, in my opinion, is full recline. So if you guys are tired of those ergonomic chairs that feel cheap and flimsy, even ones that cost upwards of $1,800 to $2,000, I'm definitely recommending that you check out the Night Watch Commander chair. This thing was built for 12 plus hours of sitting sessions, great seat comfort, back comfort, and a headrest built in. Whether you're lounging, gaming, or trying to get your office work in, you're gonna love it. You're gonna be able to get the biggest discount right now, so check out the link down in the description. Thanks for watching.